There we go. Okay. Hi. Welcome to your Sunday yoga. I'm Joe. We'll be doing some back bending today. So like I told some of the ladies earlier, if your low back is really sensitive today, don't push it too far. Remember the back bends come from right about here. So that rolling back of the shoulders is the start of the back bend. Feel free to keep it up here, and you don't have to push further than you don't want, okay? If you have your Spotify playlist, you can play it. You can start in a moment. It's May 20. We'll go ahead and start that. And we'll start in a seat today. So go ahead and, crisscross applesauce, however you want to sit, maybe hips to heels if that's better for you. Go ahead and close your eyes, draw your shoulders into your ears, and then together and down your back. So that's the start of that heart opener. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders elevate. Exhale, they come behind the heart. 1 more time. Breath in, up. Breath out, down. Nice. Take your hands to your knees. Seated cat-cow. Your heart comes forward for the cow pose. Pull on your knees. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Exhale, cat. Round the spine. Use the leverage of your hands to round the upper back. Again, inhale, cow pose. Press your heart forward. Gaze high. Sit bones rooted. Exhale, cat. Once more. Inhale, rise up. Squeeze the shoulders behind your heart. Exhale, round the spine. And come back to a nice tall spine. Before we add a twist, inhale from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of the head. You grow about 2 inches. Not really, maybe a centimeter. Take your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale again, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Doesn't have to crank in your knee. You don't have to pull. Just finding a nice gentle rotation through the mid-spine. Inhale, gently come forward. Right hand, left knee, reach up with the heart, and then gently twist it over to the left. Nice work, ladies. Find another breath in and out. Maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Let's switch out the legs just for equanimity. So if you have a crisscross applesauce, go ahead and place the awkward foot or whatever foot wasn't on top. Really quick through a cat and cow just to even out. Round the spine, chin to chest, hollow out through the belly. Inhale, seated cow. Shoulders come back. 1 more time through. Exhale, round. And inhale, high. Come back to neutral. Lengthen through the spine. Shoot the crown of the head to the sky. Right hand behind you. Left hand, right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. Left rib cage draws towards the right side of the room. Gently, slowly come back to center. Other side, right hand, left knee. Inhale for length and exhale for gentle twist. Nice work. Come back to center. Maybe in child's pose. Face down towards the mat. Connect your big toes together. Begin to cultivate your Ujjayi pranayama, your yogic breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Allow the teeth to be separated and the tongue to be at the bottom of the mouth. And allow the air to move over the back of the throat, creating an oceanic tidal wave type noise. Plug down through your finger pads and your knuckle ridge and press the ground away on a diagonal angle. Squeeze your shoulders together down your back. Melt your heart to the ground. Next inhale, tabletop. Draw your shoulders over your wrists. Walk your knees under your hips. Let's take 1 lateral flexion each side of the spine. Right shoulder, right hip. Kind of like a kneeling half moon. And then come back to center. Exhale over to the left, shortening through the left side, elongating through the right. And back to center. Claw the ground so much your fingernails turn white. Press down to the index knuckles. Curl your toes under. Inhale, hovering tabletop and breathe. Protract the shoulders. So pop the back of the heart to the sky. Think cat pose. So punch it away. Nice, Kristen. Breathe in. Hug your inner thighs together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice and gently pedal this out, 1 knee at a time, or whatever movement you like in your down dog. Finding that space, and then once you found a little movement, settle into a static downward facing dog. The inhales find more length through the spine as you press the ground away. Each exhale melts your heart towards your shins. Feel free to generously bend your knees and find space through the low spine. Inhale, take your gaze between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Take a bunch of little steps at the top of your mat. Ragdoll, feet hips width distance apart or wider. Place a generous bend in your knees. Nod your head, yes, shake it, no. And allow the crown of the head to be super heavy towards the earth to find more pull and length through the spine. Sweep your hands together behind your low back. Palms touch, make a fist with your hand. Before you lift your fist, roll your shoulders into your ears together onto your back and bend your elbows. So this might be enough of a heart opener here, chest expansion. If you want more, leave a bend in your elbows. Begin to draw your fist towards the sky, continuing the squeeze of the shoulder blades onto the upper ribs. If you want more, you can begin to take your fist over the head, but only as far as you can leave a gentle bend into the elbows. All right, trying to avoid the slingshot here. Take your fist to your low back, and then gently, slowly release your fingers to the earth. Heel toe your feet together, big toes to touch, little space through the heels. You know the drill, ladies. If you'd like your feet hips width distance apart, totally great. Draw your chin to your chest and gently roll up to a standing position, taking the time to unfurl the spine one notch at a time. Roll your shoulders up and back, finding that opening through the front line. Okay. All right, hands, heart center, close your eyes. Select an intention for this time on your mat today. This little hour, this little slice, that's all yours to do with as you please. Maybe it's an intention going on into the next week. Maybe it's something you need to cultivate in your life, or it's good vibes you want to send to somebody else. I'm sending good vibes to all you ladies. You make my heart smile every Sunday. I so appreciate you. Take a breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your fingertips high overhead and find your breath. Squeeze your shoulders together and down your back. Hug your tailbone towards the ground as you squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Feel your feet grip the floor, but the toes are relaxed. The gripping occurs at the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and both sides of the heel. Inhale here. Exhale, side moon to the right. You can make a steeple grip with your hands. You can grab your left wrist. You can take your hand to your side. This is your choice and your half moon today. Like you're in between two panes of glass, our hips and our shoulders are stacked. Press your left hip towards the left and reach up and out of the right hip. Inhale, mountain pose, arms tall. Exhale, standing half moon to the left. Your variation, ladies. Take your left shoulder, drive it slightly forward and your right shoulder back. It might feel like a little twist. Just check in with your hips. Make sure you're still in that straight line. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, listen. Roll your shoulders together and down your back. It's like a goalpost lat pull and hold here. We'll go deeper in our back bend today. I want this first one to be nice and gentle. So squeeze the elbows together behind you. Roll your shoulders down your back. And wow, I feel that already in the shoulder head, super tight. This might be your back bend today, and that's totally great. Hug your inner thighs together. Lift through the heart and scoop your shoulder blades under the heart space. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms return to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands through heart center. Bend your knees. Ride the breath down. Inhale, halfway lift and pause. Generous bend into your knees. Hands to shins, hands to quads. Use that force to drive your heart forward. Really nice, Sarah. Breath in. Exhale, low lunge, left leg back. Fingers to the ground, left foot drives back. Little bend and straighten through the right leg just to get into the hamstrings, a little bit of the left quadricep hip flexor. And when you're ready, settle into your crescent moon. Left knee down, arms high, and breathe. I always like to curl my left toes or the back toes under just so the knee stays slightly engaged so that I'm not just hanging out on the bone of the knee bone, your patella. That'll be really important later when we get into more back bending. So make sure you're comfortable. You might even want to grab a towel or a sheet, something to put under your knee if this isn't working, okay? Arms return to the sky. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Engage your left outer hip. Inhale. Exhale, gentle back bend or lat pull. The elbows come behind the heart. Lift your heart to the sky and lift your chin slightly. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift your right heel forward and then keep a flat spine today. Roll your shoulders down your back. Anchor your right heel into the earth and energetically squeeze it back towards you. There it is. That's a hamstring. Make sure there's no pulling in your right knee. Feel free to leave a big bend in your knee. Nice work, Christina. Listen here. Inhale, standing split. Right foot plants down, left leg lifts, breathe. Relax your head if you'd like to. Lower your left hip and roll the left inner thigh to the sky. Flare through your left toes. Inhale, halfway lift spine in your standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Slight bend in the knees, reach to tall. Exhale, standing half moon to the right, up and over. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, standing half moon to the left, squared up. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, gentle back bend. You can make this deeper, you can make it less, it's fine. Just make sure you're safe through the low spine, lifting up and out. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, squeeze your shoulder blades together. It's going to be a theme of class. Exhale, low lunge, right leg back. Bend and straighten here. Settling in, being kind to however our body showed up today. It still showed up for ourselves. It's doing great, no judgment. Inhale, crescent moon, right knee down, arms tall. Find that moment, that little maybe lunge in and out. Keep your low ribs knitted down and in to further activate through the core. When we move through our back bending, if we tend to disengage through the belly and the inner thighs, the low back begins to try to help correct that. So we want to make sure we're super stable, toes and up, okay? Arms return to the sky. Exhale, gentle back bend. Press your hips slightly forward. Squeeze your left heel towards the back and drive your right knee slightly forward. Inhale, crescent moon, return, shoulders over hips. Exhale, half split, Ardha Hanuman. Drive your left heel forward. Flare through the left toes. And breathe. Stop. If you stop breathing in these deep stretches, the body gets kind of freaked out. We don't want to freak ourselves out, right? We're safe. All right, inhale, standing split, left foot down, right leg high, find breath. Level your hips, lift up and out of the left hip crease, so we're activating the muscles rather than dumping down. Pull your navel to your spine and let your head hang for a moment. Inhale, half lift in your standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach tall. Exhale, half moon to the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, half moon to the left. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, gentle back bend. Press your hips forward. Squeeze through the outer glutes. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, step it back, and breathe. Ladies, you know the drill. You can come down to your knees anytime in your plank. Roll the weight towards the index knuckle. Eyes of the elbows face one another in our plank, and find a couple scapular push-ups here. So press the back of your heart to the sky, think cat pose, and then elevator the heart to the biceps. So we're just moving through the shoulder girdle. The elbows stay straight. Nice job, Jess. All right, come back to your plank. Inhale. Exhale, low plank for 4, elbows into the rib cage for 3, option to come down to the knees 2, all the way down to the belly 1. Toenails to the earth, interlace your hands behind your back, palms touch. Inhale, bound locust. Lift your heart, lift your feet, drag your fingers towards your heels, and breathe. Sometimes this feels a little awkward. We got the belly down when we're trying to breathe in. Firm up through the core, slow the breath down. Roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, lift 1 more inch taller. Exhale, gently release, slowly release the hands. Plant them under your shoulders. Inhale, high plank or all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle into your dog. Reconnect with your breath, your intention. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, walk or step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach tall. Find your breath. All right. Go ahead and take your hands to prayer today. Overhead. So press the hands together super strong so that the arm muscles engage. Shoulders down your back. Can you sit a little lower? Roll the weight to your heels to activate the posterior chain, the back line of your body. All right. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide for butterfly arms. Kind of like this. And then press the head into the hands into the head, and look high. Think about activating behind the shoulders, so squeeze them down, elbows directionally pointing outward, but we're hugging them towards the ground to get more activation through the shoulder girdle. Inhale, back to chair with prayer hands. Exhale, airplane, left leg back. Take your hands through heart, lift your left leg, squeeze it up and in like a hamstring curl, and then extend. Find your breath. All right, so we really want the right outer hip working, of course, to help stabilize, but the left leg is engaged to keep us nice and strong and lifted. Drive back through the left heel, press your heart forward and your hands back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Left toes lightly step back, arms to the sky. We've been in this variation before. Find your breath, maybe settle in and refine the posture just a little bit. Maybe even widen your stance. A little wobbly today. Squeeze your inner thighs together, lengthen your tailbone towards the ground. A bend of the back knee might help with that. Breathe in. Exhale, mini back bend, bend your left knee. Maybe you even hover it off the ground if you want more. You can keep it slightly bent, that's fine. Remember, the elbows come together behind you to lift the heart. Inhale back to crescent. Exhale, warrior two, open it up. Left foot does the adjusting, right foot minimally moves, and bend and straighten. Right toes forward, left foot parallel back of that, or 45-degree tilt, and then settle into your strong warrior. Try to lift your right hip tip energetically, and your left inner hip drives forward. Arms extend, squeeze your fingers together. Exhale, lunge a little deeper. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand high, and breathe. Little to no weight in this left hand. Find your gaze where your neck agrees. Roll your right shoulder down your back, and maybe you look up. Inhale into your right lung. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your hands, step back. Try to make it as silent as possible. Move through your vinyasa. Always an option to hold the high plank. Inhale, up dog. Pull your shoulders behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, top of your mat for fold. If you're stepping, alternate the leading foot, please. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach tall. Hands to prayer. Squeeze them together. Look up at your thumbs. Shoulders down your back, and then sit even lower. Inhale. Exhale, airplane, right leg back. Hands to heart to help with balance. Squeeze heel to glute, and then find the extension. Breathe. Shoulders down your back. Lift your left hip crease back and lift out of the standing leg. Energize your right knee pit to the sky, your knee ditch, however you want to call it. Nice, ladies, I like it. Inhale, crescent lunge. Right toes feather touch the ground behind you, arms up. Just a moment here to settle in. Rope the tailbone towards the ground, that's it. And then back into your crescent lunge. Inhale. Exhale, mini back bend. You control the posture every single time, ladies. So if you want a deeper one, go for it. If you want to make it a mini back bend, just focus on the lat pull down. Option to hover the right knee anytime, but make sure you're safe and stable through both outer hips. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, adjust your footing. Try to take up as much of the mat as you can, but not straining into the inner groin. So if you go, whoa, I'll take up as much, and then your groin starts pulling, walk it in, walk it in. 90-degree bend in your left knee. Wrap the left inner thigh towards the sky so the leg engages, yeah, but then we find more stability through this leg. Make sure the right leg is working just as hard as the left, and then squeeze the mat together under you. Exhale, sit a little lower, press your left knee open. Inhale, reverse warrior, left hand high. Continue with your breath. All right, left shoulder ropes down. And then keep your left rib kind of buckled in. Try not to flare out too much. Yes, it's a side body stretch, but we want to maintain that control and that strength through the core. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank if you're taking it. Meeting in downward facing dog. Breath to movement. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, Susan. Nice, Kristen. Let's flow through that one time, and then we'll add some fun stuff on. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, jump, or float. Your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. It's a reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Press your palms together. Exhale, airplane, Bakasana. Squeeze heel to glute. Find that stability. Find that balance. Inhale, soft crescent lunge. Step back. Exhale, double lunge, back bend, your version right here. Inhale, crescent rise. Exhale, warrior two, left foot adjust. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hip goes sky high. Exhale, move through, breath movement. When you're moving through your low plank, please, shoulders out at ears, elbows into the side body. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whoop, losing my ear. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Bend your knees, reach tall, sit low. Exhale, airplane. Be slow, be methodical about it, be strong. Inhale, crescent, step back. Exhale, double lunge, little heart opener here. Inhale, crescent, power through the right heel. Exhale, warrior two. With control, open it up. Nice, Sarah. Inhale, reverse, reach high. Exhale, high to low, or not. The high plank is a great way to work on shoulder stability and strength. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, a little arch of the low spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. All right, this is where we're going to get into some fun stuff, okay? Feel free to put your toes down anytime. Exhale, airplane. Left toes back, hands behind. All right, so your modification for airplane, you have your left toes touch down very lightly, and then we lift through the heart, right? So we want this flat line from heel to crown of head. Micro bend your right knee or bend it a lot, find engagement. Take your hands behind your head, butterfly hands, and low flying warrior, bend your right knee, make sure right inner thigh is engaged. Exhale, back to airplane. Two more times. Inhale, low flying. I'm not super low, and that's okay. Exhale, airplane, elbows reach to the sky. Once more. Inhale, lower, flare your left toes. Exhale, lift. Keep your hands as they are. Inhale, crescent lunge, butterfly arm. Interlace your hands behind your low back. Chest expansion. Drag your fist towards your left heel as you breathe out. Maybe you bend your left knee a little or a lot. Hold here and breathe. Slow the heart rate down. Shoulders roll behind you. Chin lift. Gently release your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Low lunge. Frame your right foot. Walk it out to a runner's lunge. Heel on the mat, toes off, 45-degree tilt to the foot. You can stay lifted on your left toes. You can come down to your back knee. I'm going to recommend a quad stretch today after you've loosened up through your left hip flexor, just because these back bends, hey Denise, just because these back bends, we really need our quads open. And I know I have really tight quads. So I'm going to move into that quad stretch. If you cannot reach your back foot, pulse it in. Pulse it in. And you'll feel that same stretch as if you could grab it when you pull in. And then when you relax, it's just a break for you. So maybe you pulse it, maybe you grab it, but you're breathing, right? You're breathing. I like it, Kristen. Nice work. Nice, Sarah. Nice, Denise. Yeah, Christina. You guys, awesome. All right, no slingshotting the left toes down. We're going to take the count of 4 with a hamstring curl type engagement to draw the toes towards the earth. So the inner thigh is working, yes. The outer glutes working, yes. But we're finding that strength through the hamstring. I counted to 4 in my head, I promise. Come back into base layer runner's lunge. Your inhale is side plank, however you want to get there. You have the option of floating it back, rolling onto the knife edge of the left foot, hugging the knee in, and then extending. You can come to high plank and then roll to your side plank. Remember, left forearm can come down, left knee can come down. It's about what you need in your body today, okay? I'm going to take a nice supported side plank. I like this. Inhale, lift your hips a little higher. Exhale, high to low plank, or not. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, if you're staying in plank, punch the ground away. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, hands to prayer. All right, exhale, airplane. Squeeze your heel to your glute. That same engagement of that hamstring curl is going to help you be balanced as you extend the leg behind you. Hands behind just for a moment as you find your balance. And then fingers interlaced behind your head, butterfly arms. All right, you know where we're going. On the inhale, we bend into the left knee, a little or a lot. The exhale, we lift back up, lift your elbows. Inhale, lower, pack your left outer hip in. Exhale, lift. Oh, one more time. Inhale, lower. You got this. Yes, you can. Nice chest. Exhale, up. Keep your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, butterfly arms. Find your footing. Interlace your hands. Awkward grip this time behind your low back. Shoulders into your ears together and down your back. Option to explore that space with chest expansion. Bend into the right knee a little bit to soften through the low spine. Catch up with your breath. Slow it down. You're safe right here. You control the depth every single time. And notice if your heart rate's high, see if you can work to smooth it out. Take longer and deeper breaths in and out. All right, slowly release your fingers. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Ooh, these heart openers make my heart go fast. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Runner's lunge, walk your left foot up and out. Knee is stacked on top of ankle or it's behind. Keep your knees safe. And take those couple breaths in your standard variation, whether that's knee up or knee down, just to gently open before we move into that quad stretch. Quad stretchers, if you're moving there, squeeze heel to glute. So that engagement of drawing the heel in, maybe even poke yourself, mind-body connection, right? Hey, are you working? Yeah, it's working. You can squeeze, you can pulse, you can grab. Micro bend your right elbow. Make sure you're not walking out. Maybe you gaze over your left shoulder. Once more, use this as an opportunity to slow down. All right, hamstring curl, count of 4, right toes to the ground. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Runner's lunge, base layer. Inhale, side plank, Vashisthasana. Right hand's the foundation. Left leg steps back. Find your breath. I'm going to come down to my back knee. Do what you did on the other side for balance. Ooh. See if you can lift your hips even higher. Activate through your inner thighs, whatever variation you are in. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank, high to low plank. Elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Press your pinky toenails down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Huge breath in. Big breath out. Either closed mouth or ujjayi breath. It's up to you. Find 2 more just like that. Claw the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Again, however you like to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crow pose or crow prep. Hands about 6 inches in front of your feet. Fingers spread nice and wide. Spiral your elbow ditches forward. Bend your elbows back like chaturanga. Come to your tippy toes, knees into your triceps, and chill for a moment. You can move into the full variation. You can hang out here. Nice work, ladies. For 4, think chaturanga. Hug your elbows together. For 3, toes down in 2 if they're not already there. And 1, toes down, toes down, toes down. Take your feet to the floor and then low sit, low sit. Working on stretching through the shins, working on mobility through the heels. Yeah, nice work for 4, 3, down to your booty, 2, and 1, boom, and we're down. Okay. That was a weird one. I'm finding that ankle mobility is super important, something that I ignored for a while, and now my feet are all wonky, and I'm like, why? It's because I've been ignoring them. So that's what that was about. All right, you guys doing okay, ladies? Yeah, cool. Susan liked this core yesterday, so we're going to do it again. She was like, yeah, all right. So boat pose. Find your sit bones and kind of slide yourself forward so that we're on a more stable part of the booty. I don't know how to say that really. Fingers can be behind you, toes can be down, hug your inner thighs together. This actually might be a good shoulder opener. If you're super tight and you're feeling that, you can take your hands behind you and press your heart forward. Otherwise, meeting in your variation of boat, no need to extend the legs long just yet. You might tire yourself out a little bit because we have a little bit of time here. Hug your inner thighs together, navel to spine. Think about lifting the pelvic floor, squeeze your sit bones together, and then lift. And that might actually help a little more with that balance. Yeah? Shaking is good. It means you're working. It means you're getting stronger. Even though we're like, this is so annoying. It's fine. You'll be fine. All right. Inhale is low boat. Drive your feet forward. Shoulders stay lifted. Your low back comes down. Maybe even thoracic spine, your T-spine, mid-spine. Exhale, boat pose. Nice and controlled. All right. Inhale, low boat. Feet forward. Exhale, big boat. Pull up. We're going to try to do that even slower. Count of 4. 1, 2, lower, 3, 4. Exhale, up, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. Keep your navel to your side. Inhale, lower, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, up, 4, 3, oh no, 2, 1. Boat pose, hold. See, now boat seems easy because we're not messing around with it, right? All right, inhale, low boat. Exhale, right knee comes in, lift, keep your left leg long. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, that was the opposite. Now left knee. Whatever one you're on, it's fine. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, bend one knee, pull it in. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, left knee, whatever you're on, it's fine. Low boat. 2 more. In, lower. Exhale, lift, in, low boat. 4, all the way down to the back. 3, oh, it's burning. 2, 1, oh. Ooh. I don't know why. When you're done, it just feels good. Like you're like, yeah, I accomplished something. I'm super strong, right? Or you're like, oh, I hate that. I don't like that at all. That's okay. That's okay. Some days we do, some days we don't. Full body stretch. You deserve it. You earned it. All right. Legs up the wall. Take a moment for your low back to press down into the ground. Flare your toes. Extend your left leg. You can hover it off the ground. You can lower it to the ground. It's totally up to you here. Wherever you are, though, lift your shoulders. Frame your hands around your right quad and breathe. So we're just staring at our knee, maybe our toes. Maybe it depends on where your neck likes to look. And we're just getting used to the hold. Okay, we're just holding. We're going to find a slow breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Take both hands on the right side of your right quad. Lift your shoulders even higher. And pulse. Exhale. Exhale. Inhales will take care of themselves. The body knows what to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Hold. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right, come on back to center. Oh. Ladies, I don't know if I'm just feeling it. Oh. Or maybe it was that breakfast burrito Kristen was talking about. I don't know. All right. Right leg hovers off the ground, or you can drop the heel. Lift your shoulders. Frame your left foot with your forearms. Breathe. Navel to spine. We want the deep core turned on. So maybe thumb and index finger, you might even poke yourself in the side and go, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? Pull it in, wrap it in, ribs down. Both hands over to the left side of your left quad. Lift your shoulders even higher, both of them off the mat if you can. Pulse. Exhale. Exhale. Reach. Reach. So this is the left, I think external oblique, the right internal, but they're all working, they're all fired up, right? You feel that. They're like your suspenders, your muscular suspenders on the front line. 4, hold in 3, 2, 1, hold reach, hold reach. Can you get a little higher? Can you get a little higher? Yeah, ladies. Oh, all right, back to legs up the wall. Oh, full body stretch. Sometimes when we really don't like core, it could be like the third chakra imbalance. So that's that Manipura right here, and that's the ego, right? Perfect place to put an ego sensor right in the belly button. But working that crunch, working the midsection really helps with that. Embrace yourself, love yourself. I know it's right in the gut. Isn't that weird? Love your gut. Knees into your chest. Both sides to side. Outstanding work, ladies. Really outstanding. Rock and roll the length of your spine 3 to 4 times. We meet in downward facing dog. If you would like to flow through, you can. Just remember, please land with micro bend or land in low plank, okay? So we cross the ankles, plant the hands, float back, land with bent elbows. Maybe you hold your up dog because you're like, whoa, my belly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Down dog feels good now, right? I don't know, mine does. Okie doke. Settle into your Ujjayi breath again. Slow it down. And notice if there was an attitude shift or a energetic shift after all those crunches. That tends to happen. When we exert that kind of energy, we kind of flush the system, or we can bring up other stuff. It's really interesting what the body does and how it responds. But I'd like you to pay attention to that. Just kind of go, whoo, there it is. Ah. Inhale, three-leg dog, right leg high. Ooh, first one of the day. Lower your left heel, maybe closer to the mat. Feel that calf stretch. Navel to spine. Lower your right hip in line with your left. Inhale again. One last core movement. Sorry, ladies. Right knee, right shoulder, or towards it. Toes tap to the ground and lift. Lower, lift. Inhale, exhale. Last two. And one. Inhale, three-leg dog. You did it. Oh. Yeah, that was not nice. I apologize. Exhale, low lunge. Low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon, knee down, arms high. And then lunge a little deeper. Maybe walk your right foot further forward so you can get through your left hip flexor and quad just a bit more. Now what happens when we lunge deeper is we're thinking about, ooh, that hip flexor. Gotta keep thinking about the outer hips, because when we get here and we're not engaged, we end up dumping into the bones, dumping into the tendons. Really important to stay engaged. Core two. Core two. Inhale. All right, exhale, take your hands to your right knee, your right quad. This is where you may need a towel, all right? Make sure you are on the top of your knee, not the bone. So that's why my toes are curled under, so I can glide myself forward. Squeeze your left heel to your glute. Hold. Ooh. It's okay if it doesn't lift a lot. It's okay if it lifts a lot. Now just find a little pulse, heel to glute, pulse, pulse. So it might make, ooh, I don't know, ladies, I feel that. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower it down. Shoulders over hips, come back up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Chest expansion, drive your heart up, your fist down, and maybe you lunge a little deeper into your right knee. Now this is where my breath gets lost, because I'm like, getting a little nervous, getting a little worried. You don't have to be worried, and if you are, back out just a little bit, okay? Lift your heart higher. Maybe you begin to trace your gaze, kind of like a half camel, back. Open mouth exhales here for 4. Hug your inner thighs together. 3, 2, and 1. Gently come back up. Oh, that's a doozy. Inhale, crescent moon. Ooh, let's give that right hamstring a break. Exhale, half split. Ardha Hanuman. Ooh. Shake it out. Maybe a little tap, love tap. Yikes, right? Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, Prasarita to the left, wide leg forward fold. I'll face you, so I'm not giving you a full moon. Here we go. All right, feet are parallel to the edge of your mat or pigeon-toed if you have a healthy low spine. And if you have super tight inner thighs like me, I kind of like to shift gently side to side. Just kind of try to open through the inner thighs, the adductors. The adductors, if they're too tight, they can cause pulling at the groin. They can cause pulling in the inside knee. So it's really important that we try to keep our muscles as supple as possible so we don't have those kind of issues. All right. Come back to halfway lift in your Prasarita. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Inhale, high plank. If you want the chaturanga, feel free to take it. Otherwise, the exhale is downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog, left heel rises. Drive your right heel down and breathe. Maybe even walk your hands closer to your right toes so you can really get the benefit of that calf stretch. Flare your left toes. Draw your right hip crease back in space. Lower your left. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder, or towards it. Does not have to make a connection. You know what we're doing, toe taps. Lower the toes down, lift. Lower the toes down, lift. Inhale, exhale, last one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, three-leg dog. Whew. That was your external left oblique there. Exhale, low lunge, low lunge. All right. Inhale, crescent moon. And maybe yeah, that's what we did. We lunged a little deeper on the last side. So let's find that lunge here. Remember to keep the engagement though. We're not collapsing into the bones, collapsing into the attachments. We're using the muscles to stay safe. That's also going to help your low back when we add things on. If we can remember to stay engaged through the outer hips, they stabilize us. The inner thighs, they activate the low core, and we'll be safe in our back bend, okay? All right, hands to your left quad. Squeeze your right heel up. Woo. Maybe pull, little pull, little pull. So we're opening through the right quads. We're strengthening through the hamstrings. We're also having a little fun with balance, right? This is kind of a balance. Stay heavy through your left foot. Pardon me. Oh, all right, lower your right toes. Interlace your hands behind your back, shoulders over hips, awkward grip this time. Roll your shoulders together and down your back. We're moving into a half camel variation. So if this is enough for you, stay here, because this is a camel, like right here, shoulders back. It's a back bend right here. If you went a little further on the first side, go ahead and begin to drag your fist down. Now there, I just lost activation through my left outer glute and my low back crunched. So I'm going to press down through my left heel, squeeze the left heel back towards me. Oh, there, it's on. Okay. And maybe I can go a little deeper. Or not. If your body's like, I do not like this, then you don't have to do it, right? But I would revisit it if I were you. Maybe you begin to squeeze shoulders under heart. Maybe your fingers come to your right knee pit. Open mouth exhales for 4. First 3. You have 2 and 1. Really slowly come back up. Release your hands. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, half split. Give that left hamstring a break. Here we go. Inhale, crawl forward. Low lunge. Good. Prasarita, half lift on the exhale to the right. You can always stay half lifted in your Prasarita. You do not have to fold all the way down. But if you do want a variation today, I haven't taken this in a little bit. Peace finger grip your big toes. And then once you have your peace finger grip, press the toes into your fingers. Inhale, half lift spine. Squeeze your heels towards one another. Keep the inner thighs strong. Exhale, begin to bend your elbows. For Prasarita, I think this is D. Don't quote me on that. No, this is, yeah, maybe. I don't have my cheat sheet. I forgot. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. So the forward fold comes from the base of the spine. So lift your pelvic floor, navel to spine. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, use the space created in your low belly to fold forward. If you feel pulling in your knees, if you feel pulling at your sit bones, bend your knees or don't bend so far forward. Inhale, halfway lift, release your toes. Exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Inhale, high plank. Optional chaturanga or nataranga, downward facing dog. Inhale. And on the exhale is downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, float through to a seat or step through to your seat. Let's have a little fun with camel. Yay, camel. Okay, so if you do have a yoga block, you can feel free to do that. I know when I hurt my back, I was using the block forever. Don't let it become a crutch, because then what happens is you're just counting on this block to do the work for you, and then one day you remove it and you find out that you're pretty weak on the external hips because you're so busy focusing on the inner thighs. Just my thing. But if you're coming off a back injury, you have a low back crankiness, this might be good to use every now and then, okay? Otherwise, knees, hips with distance apart, do this right here. And if you have limited mobility of the upper spine, mid-spine, you can absolutely curl your toes under, or if your knees hurt and they don't love to be down on the mat like this, you can absolutely curl those toes under for a little more. Now, lift your pelvic floor, energize your inner thighs towards one another. Notice how that turned on some of the low core there. Backstroke, right arm up and around, right hand to your low back, or your right above your right butt cheek. Left arm backstroke it up and around. Now this will feel like the first mountain pose we did. So roll your shoulders together down your back, and this is your camel, right here, right here. And this can be a lot because, like I said earlier, we're here, all right? So let this be what you need today, and this might be it, okay? If you do want more, inner thighs are nice and engaged, outer hips pass in, like right here, so we're stable through the low back. Inhale, you lift your heart. Exhale, you press your hips forward. This bend is occurring right behind my heart, right at the bra line, rather than in the low back. Once you feel it begin to hinge into the low spine, I'd like you to come up and reduce the range of motion. Inhale, lift, reduce the angle rather. Exhale, forward. And if you have the space, you're familiar with camel and you want to reach back and grab your heels, do make sure your hips stay over your knees, so you want to press that forward. Open mouth exhale. You're safe, you're here, and energize inner thighs together. Stay strong through the outer hips for 4. Coming up as slow as possible. 3. You have 2. Press your heart higher. 1. Hands to your low back. Please don't lose the engagement of your thighs. And then come up And then down to seated. Close your eyes. Ooh, yeah. So camel can be kind of gross sometimes. Let's be honest. Sometimes you're like, yeah, this feels good. And sometimes you're like, that was terrible. But it's important to kind of sit with that for a moment so that we can clear it, right? If something, ooh, came up, huge breath in, huge breath in. Stick your tongue out, let it go. And that's the release. That's the release that yoga allows us. But we have to be cognizant and aware of what came up so that we can release it, okay? So take another big breath in and a huge breath out. All right. We're going to have one more playtime with a camel variation. If that was plenty, you can do that again. Or if you're like, I'm really good on it, child's pose, take a break. Right. Our next variation of camel that we'll be working through is the entry point is our crescent moon. Okay. So if you want to grab that towel and put it under your back knee, I'm just going to start with the right foot forward. Now I was right on the kneecap. Did not feel good. So the same idea is the camel here, okay? And that can be hands to your low back or interlaced hands for chest expansion. Remember to work the bend from the upper spine first. If we're here and we begin to hinge, trouble abound. Not good. I did that for years. I hurt myself. Shoulders up, roll them down, and then begin to press your hips forward as you lift your heart higher. Maybe one day we can get the hands to the calf or the ankle. Okay, so remember the entry and exit are equally important for safety, okay? So you can try that on both sides. Yeah, Sarah, I like it. Nice, Christina, that's beautiful. And then do make sure you do it on the other side. Get it, Denise. And that you stay safe, okay? A couple moments to do that on the other side. If you want to take a child's pose in between, absolutely cool, you can. But do make sure you do both sides, okay? So remember, shoulders under heart, and lift the heart up. Forward, Kristen, I like what you're doing, girl. Heart up and hinge back. The hinge is at the mid-spine. Okay? Remember to breathe, especially in these positions. And then gently come back up. Ooh. All right, ladies, child pose. Take a load off. Big breaths out through the mouth. In this child's pose, allow your belly to be nice and soft. And notice when you disengaged, your low back might have created a little bit of space, or a little space might have been created in your low back. Flip those words around. Allow the belly to be soft and the breath to return to a natural state. And with your forehead connected to the earth, it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, that umbrella, that parachute that slows down the heart rate, slows down. Just gives us a moment for our mind to slow down, which is usually what we need after big back bend. All right, inhale, rise to tabletop, legs out. Come on down to your back. We have one more heart opener, and it'll be in the form of wheel. If you're familiar with wheel and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to go in it, I would recommend Apanasana, spine neutralizing hug first, just in case we've got anything a little weird in the low back from all those camels. Otherwise, feel free to take a bridge, okay? I will cue through one set of wheel, then one bridge to neutralize the spine, okay? So wheel, take your hands up to the sky like you're going to do a handstand. Bend your elbows, plant your hands by your ears. Make sure your ponytail and your hair are out of the way because that never feels good. All right, so this will be a different entry into wheel, and this actually helps me make the bend in my upper back rather than my low back, okay? So bear with me on this. Press into your hands, come to the crown of your head first. We want to get to the brow line first. Notice here, if I just push up, I'm not really opening through the upper spine. If I roll to the brow line, look at that, the bend happened right behind my heart rather than the low spine. And then this might be enough today because you're like, what the heck? And then if you do want more, you push into the ground, work to stack your heart over your hands. This is like a handstand right here. Open mouth exhales for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Chin to your chest. Gently come on down. Find fallen bridge, which is knees together, feet wide. That feels better in my low back. Or you can definitely take a Supta Baddha Konasana. Close your eyes, hand to heart, hand to belly. Yay, another opportunity to explore those feelings. Explore. I mean, that might not even be feelings. It might be sensation. It might be escalated heart rate. It might be something different. And every time it's something different. That's why this practice is so cool. So cool. All right, let's take a nice bridge. So feet hips width distance apart. Don't worry too much about walking your feet towards you. Do make sure your inner thighs are engaged. So we're not drawing the knees together, but we are pretending like we're going to squeeze them together without moving them. Isometric holds, right? Place your hands into the earth right by your hips. Take your hip tips down into the mat first. So it's a posterior tilt of the pelvis, okay? So we're tilting back. I think that's right. So the low back's flat to the ground. Anyway, long story short. And then lift one vertebra at a time until you get up to your shoulders. Please do not look around. We have weight on the neck, the cervical spine. Keep your gaze high. You can find another chest expansion if you want. Interlace your hands under your low back onto the mat, and then roll a little bit to your left shoulder. Scoop the right shoulder head under, and then roll to the right. Scoop the left shoulder head under. Lift your hips up, lift your chin up, and press your forearms into the earth. Last 4, last 3, 2, articulate the spine, 1 notch at a time, 1 all the way down to the ground. The low back will touch, and then uncurl. Supta Baddha Konasana, recline bound angle pose, or fallen bridge. Open mouth exhales if you'd like. And start gently pull your knees into your chest, roll side to side. And then find stillness, low back, hip crests the back of your hips. Press into the earth as you drag your knees or pull your knees into your chest. And then let's find a nice reset for our low back, just in case we did something wonky, okay? So left leg long, heel into the earth, flare your left toes, and dig your calf into the ground. Interlace your hands at your right hamstring, that's the back of the quad, and then drive your right hip down. We'll start actually first. Take your hands to your hips and make sure they're level. You might need to adjust. Interlace hands once more on your right hamstring. Pull the leg towards you. At the same time, you press the heel away from you, firming the femur head, the greater trochanter, into the hip socket, hopefully helping with the right SI joint, hopefully mellowing it out in case there was a flare-up or something later. That same co-contraction, it's a press forward and a pull back. And then release, knee into chest, left knee into chest. Maybe a roll side to side, maybe a static pull. Let's switch it out to the other side. Right leg long, anchor right calf down. Check in with your hip tips, make sure they are level. If they're askew and then we start kind of doing that stuff, we have a chance it might not be very beneficial, so we do want to make sure hips are level. Interlace your hands, left hamstring. Pull the leg towards you, kick the foot away from you. And notice how your low back, maybe it might have grounded a little more into the earth. Keep your shoulders down, keep your head down. And gently release, knee into chest, right knee into chest. Supine forward fold, send your legs up the wall. So this version here, you can leave a bend in your knees. You can make it a big bend if you'd like. What I do want is your shoulders and your head to stay down so we get that nice flat spine. Another spine neutralizer, and we'll have the option for a hamstring stretch after too. So for the spine neutralizer, hands to your hamstrings, maybe your shins. On the inhale, kick up with the heels and press forward. The exhale, we pull the legs back. If you want to make this into a hamstring stretch, you can piece finger grip your big toes. Be careful that your shoulders didn't come off the ground, and maybe that means you bend your knees a little more, okay? And then drive the heels up. If you don't have access to your toes, all good, totally good. Maybe you take hold of your shin. Maybe it's the back of your knee. But to activate or get that hamstring stretch, you pull the legs closer to you. Maybe you play around with flare in the toes so you can get another calf stretch. Release your knees into your chest, side to side again. Happy baby, your version, okay? Your favorite version of happy baby, but same rule with the supine forward fold. Try to keep your shoulders and your head down. When we lift up, the tailbone curls a little bit more. We don't have some of the core engagement that we really want. On the inhale, kick high. On the exhale, gentle pull down. Extend your left leg long. Keep a hold of your right foot or knee, whatever grasp you have. We'll take it into supine twist from here. Gently guide your right knee across your body. Right shoulder stays down. Right arm, that's it, your arm, is goal-posted or extended. It's up to you. And if you have some outer hip tightness, a lot of us do, I'll have to move. Feel free to grab the nice edge of your right foot and then extend the leg long. I'm stuck on a wall. I can't really do it. But you'll feel that, I think it's glute med, that outer hip, maybe a little TFL. A little bit of max too. But it gets that outer hip stabilizer a little bit more open. And then gently release right knee into chest, roll onto your back, left knee into chest. Find another happy baby. Your variation, inhale, kick high, exhale, pull low. Keep a hold of your left leg this time. Right leg extends long. Exhale, supine twist, nice and gentle. You control the depth of every pose. You do. Your teacher just makes recommendations. All right, if you found that outer hip stretch, you can grab the knife edge of your left foot and extend. Whoop. Try to keep your shoulders down though. Very nice job. Gently bend your left knee if you have straightened it. Roll onto your back, knees into your heart. And so that's last moment. Tuck and curl, a little roly-poly hug. Forehead towards your knees. It's okay if your knees do not touch your forehead. You just want to have activation through every muscle you can possibly think of. For 4, squeeze tighter. For 3, for 2, and release into your Shavasana. Send your legs out long. Maybe scoop the shoulder blades together under your heart. Close your eyes. I will let you know when it's time to go. I am minding the time. Take this precious moment for you to let all the sensations kind of melt away, right? Allow the breath to be your focal point. Allow the mental chatter to pass by. Notice if you're clenching anywhere, can you release that area? Sometimes it's the jaw, sometimes it's the space right between the eyebrows. Sometimes we're clenched on the thought. And then when that happens, that's okay, no judgment, right? Your body showed up for you today. It did a wonderful job. Just refocus on your breath. Inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You are welcome to stay exactly where you are if you want more time here. Otherwise, find gentle circles with your ankles, one direction and then the other. And same thing with the hands, clockwise and counterclockwise. Work that movement up to your knees, to your elbows. Maybe it's just a little bend into both areas. And then work that into your shoulders and your hips. So just maybe a little gentle roll side to side. Lastly, pull your knees into your chest. One more hug. Thank your body for what it does for you every day because it's absolutely incredible. And it shows up for you. When you're ready, roll onto your favorite side for supported fetal position. Bicep at the pillow. Eyes still closed. We're slowly waking it up. Use your top hand to press into the ground. Find your easy seat, Sukhasana. Hands to heart center. Or hands to your quads, whatever you're more comfortable with. Ladies, really, you make my day. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so, so much. And I hope you have a really excellent week. Namaste. Thanks, ladies. Let me stop this recording.
Thank you.